chilling with Adey again. It's a great day, and I'm here again to thank God for giving me the privilege, the chance to come and showcase myself and to tell my story again. I'd like to thank all my friends and family, everyone that has supported me one way or the other, everyone that has been praying for me, that has been commenting, subscribing and liking me on Facebook, on Instagram, even here on YouTube. I say thank you to you. May God bless you all. And today, what am I going to talk about? A few weeks ago, I spoke about my challenges having infertility issues and how God was able to settle that for me. That was just a part of what I went through and how God was able to solve it. So I'm here to tell you the final story of all that happened, okay, at the time, and who supported me. And this show today is going to be dedicated to someone really dear to me, someone I love with all my heart, someone that has supported me, that has been there for me all this while, and no other person than my husband, Timmy Tokwe. I want to say thank you for your support for me, for your love for me all these years. I know there has been lots of challenges, what we went through together. There's no perfect marriage, everyone, but we're working towards having it good, having it rosy. We have to do it by ourselves. No other person can come and live with us and say, this is how you live your life. We as husband and wife have to keep loving each other, have to keep it together even in times of challenges. Now, enough of that. I'm going to start from the very beginning. So, like I said the other time, when we got married, our aim was, go for a year of traveling around, having fun, then settle down to have children. Okay, so in 2010, I got pregnant, but I had a miscarriage. And before then, I went to the GP. They gave me a kind of medication that did not suit me at all. It didn't suit me at all. So I started bleeding. I bled for so many years. No one knew about that. Maybe apart from very close family and very close friends, I would bleed. And that to come together with my husband, to do what couples do, it was really a difficult one, because how can my husband come close to me when I would constantly bleed? So how would I then have the opportunity to get pregnant again? So this bleeding thing went on for years and no one knew. I would still carry on, smiling. I'll carry on doing what I have to do. And it was killing me. I would go on appointments, even when I was at work. My colleagues back then knew about it because, they knew that I would always go to the hospital for one thing or the other. It just carried on. Why am I dedicating this to my husband? It's so rare to find a man that will support a woman that he cannot come close to for months, even for years. Friends would come around to say, what are you doing? Go after another woman. I'm not saying that maybe he has not been tempted one way or the other, but he has been able to overcome the temptation. There was a time in our lives that the devil struck, and what was once a happy home we started fighting on little things, and then we'll be stuck because there was nowhere to go, no one to speak to. There were multiple challenges happening. There was friction. He couldn't move close to me. There was no child to bind us together. Lots of things were happening. And we would just be stuck to say, God, help us out of this. Even in those challenging times, even in those times that we had arguments, even in those times that we had nothing, we had nowhere to go, but we still had each other. Even if he went out, he would come back and then he'll sit with me and say, oh, let's get over this. How many men can do this? I want you to know something. I'll tell you a bit background of how I met him. Look, this wasn't the person I wanted to marry. No. But when God says, this is the person you should marry, then don't say no to what God gives you. Because God has seen the very end from the beginning. If you go ahead and disobey what God said, at the end of the day, you can have challenges, but you might not be able to overcome the challenges if you married the wrong person. Now, when my sister called me and said, oh, in her church, they just called her out to say, you have a sister. Tell her that her husband is coming on the way. And I was like, okay. I had someone I was dating then. But when God said this, I had to say, okay, let your will be done, God. And in a miraculous way, he came around. In fact, I couldn't remember where I met him. But he said, oh, my husband called me a month after. He said, do you remember me? We met at so place. I felt, is this person a 419 person, or I can't remember the day I met him and gave him my number. But he kept persisting. He said, we've met. You gave me your number. I said, I can't remember. But he turned out to be my husband. He's my husband. That means God works in mysterious ways. He'll send you your own when you pray and when you wait for it. He will send you your own. And that's why, because he sent me my own and I accepted, I obeyed, I don't have any regrets at all marrying him. My husband is someone that would see that, I'm going through health challenges, especially with the bleeding. He'll go to the kitchen, he'll make our food. He is the kind of person that would comfort me even at nights when I'm crying, to say, how are we going to make babies if this is happening? He'll say, don't worry. He will always tell me, don't worry, I trust my God that this will pass and you will have your child. He will always call me to tell me, look, don't listen to what people say. I'm standing by you. I'm right here. I'm doing right by you. Don't worry. And this is one thing I want all of you to know today. If you're going through marital challenges, go back to the first day you met this person. What made you marry this person? Don't look at what they're facing right now. Look at the first love you had when you met this person. And try to bring it back to that time when you both were still in love. Why fighting? Why, arguments that would lead to a divorce? I know that my story might be different from other stories. I mean, I'm not saying that there are no cruel men and there are no cruel women with domestic violence and all that. I mean, I'm not a party to domestic violence. So if there's any violence whatsoever in your marriage, just keep safe one way or the other. I'm not going to be a party to say leave your marriage. But if it's going to kill you, seek an advice, and then you'll go from there. And above all, pray. Because we all want to know what God has in stock for us. So if God says you're not going anywhere, I'm going to change that spouse of yours, he will do it. So you have to be patient and you have to pray. So why am I saying this? I'm saying to all men out there, if your wife has infertility challenges, it is not the time to criticize her. It is not the time to listen to your parents. That means the woman's in-laws. To listen to them to say, oh, because she doesn't have a child, go and look for another person. This is the time to stand in unity with your spouse to say, God is going to see us through it. I believe in you, honey. You are going to have our children. That is what you're supposed to do, because the woman does not make babies. It is not her fault that she can't conceive. It is not her fault because she doesn't even know that something is going on inside her body. She cannot see inside of herself. Only the doctors can tell her through a scan what is wrong with her. And sometimes it's not even from the woman. It is from the man. But they are some of them are too egoistic to go and see the doctor and solve their problems. So stick to one another. This goes for women as well. You know, some women just go on and on. It might not even be infertility now. It might be the man is having problems with his job and he doesn't have anything. And instead of the woman to stand by the man, she goes all about gallivanting with friends and, you know, trying to make money in another way. You know, you're supposed to stand by your spouse, pray together and work things out together. You know, no one can divide anything that is united. Nothing, not even challenges. Challenges are just a phase. I don't like calling it a problem. It's just like a night. When you sleep at night, maybe 9 o'clock, you wake up in the morning, say 7 o'clock. So that night time is a phase. When you wake up, it's gone. Don't kill yourself over things. Don't make an everlasting mistake that will cost you to be wrecked forever. Don't make that mistake of having unnecessary polygamous home. Wait for your time. I've had lots of testimonies of other women who waited and eventually had their children. I've had lots of testimonies of so many men that don't have jobs and later have jobs to take care of their families. I have lots of testimonies of challenges that have been overcome. And this man called Temitope, my husband, he's a role model. He's someone that I want you to emulate. Men, please. He has supported me, and I'd like to introduce him to you today. You don't know him, but you will know him today. Come on, my husband. Come and say hello to everyone.
Hello, viewers. Hello.
Yes, he's my mentor. He's my supporter. He's my confidant. He's everything to me. And I want to say to you today, I love you so dearly. Keep on being the good man you are. Keep on being the good father you are to our daughter and the rest of our children that will be coming.
Thank you. I love you too.
Okay, that's it from us today. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any comments, please do not hesitate to put it in an email or in the YouTube comment box or through Instagram or through Facebook. Continue to share our program because someone out there would need it. It's just to inspire and to help others who are going through similar situation. You too can have a joyful marriage like this. You know what God has joined together. No man and no one has a right to put it asunder. So make sure you keep sharing this. If you know a family that is going through one thing or the other, you know, share it to them that if God can do it for this sister and her husband, God can do it for you. So please do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Do not forget to like it. Do not forget to share and comment. Thank you so much for joining me again. I really appreciate you. From us, it's goodbye.
Bye.